It is 1942. You are 22 years old. You live in a small village outside Seoul, Korea. Your country has been occupied by Japan for 32 years. You have never known a Korea without Japanese soldiers on its streets. You speak Japanese in school because Korean is forbidden. You wear Japanese clothes because Korean dress is discouraged. You have spent your entire life being told that who you are is wrong, that your language is wrong, that your culture is wrong, that you are less. You believe none of it, but you have learned to be quiet. Quiet keeps you alive. You work in a small factory making uniforms for Japanese soldiers. The pay is almost nothing, but it is something. Your mother is sick, your father works the fields, your younger sister is 14. You are the oldest. You carry that. One morning, a Japanese officer comes to the factory. He is polite, he is smiling. He says the Japanese government has a new program, work opportunities for Korean women, good pay, better conditions, factory work in another city. You will send money home. You will help your family. You will serve the empire. You hesitate. Your supervisor tells you it is not a request. You have 2 hours to collect your things. You go home. You tell your mother you will be back soon. You do not know that you are lying. You hug your sister at the door. She waves as you walk away. You do not look back. You wish every day that you had looked back. The truck is waiting at the end of the road. There are 6 other women already inside. Some are crying quietly. Some are staring at nothing. You climb in. The canvas flap closes behind you. The truck moves. Korea disappears. You do not see it again for 3 years. And when you do, you will not be the same person who left. The truck drives for 2 days. You are given almost no food and no explanation. When you ask where you are going, the guard tells you to be quiet. When one of the women cries too loudly, he tells her to be quiet. Quiet is the only answer anyone gets. You arrive at a compound somewhere in Manchuria. It is surrounded by a fence. There are guards at every entrance. There are small rooms in a long wooden building. Each room has a mat on the floor and a thin curtain for a door. A Japanese woman meets you at the entrance. She is not kind, but she is not cruel. She explains the situation the way someone explains weather. Flat, factual, inevitable. You are comfort women now. You will service Japanese soldiers. There is a schedule, there are rules. If you follow the rules, things will be easier. You do not speak. You cannot speak. Your mind goes somewhere else, a place inside yourself that nobody can reach. You are given a Japanese name. Your Korean name is not used again. You are assigned a number. You are assigned a room. The curtain becomes your only door. The first soldier comes that evening. You learn very quickly that protest means pain, that resistance means punishment, that the curtain means nothing. You stop fighting not because you accept it, but because surviving requires deciding what to preserve. You preserve your mind. You preserve the memory of your mother's face. You preserve the sound of your sister's voice calling your name from the doorway. Everything else you learn to separate from yourself. Place it somewhere far away, a shelf in a room you do not visit. The days blur together. The schedule is relentless. Morning, afternoon, evening, sometimes more. Your body stops feeling like yours. You go through motions. You exist somewhere slightly above yourself, watching from a distance. The other women become your only reality. You learn their names, their real names, not the Japanese ones. At night, when the compound is quiet, you whisper to each other in Korean. It is forbidden. You do it anyway. Language becomes resistance. Remembering who you are becomes the only act of defiance available. Some women get sick. Some disappear. Nobody explains where they go. You do not ask because you already know. You focus on surviving the day, then the next day, then the one after that. You count days not because you believe the counting will end, but because counting gives you something to do with your mind that is not this. 3 years pass this way. In August 1945, Japan surrenders. The war ends. You find out from a guard who stops showing up, then from the sound of the compound going quiet, then from the gates opening. Just like that. No ceremony, no explanation, no apology. You walk out through the gates with nothing. No money, no documents, no way home. The Japanese woman who ran the compound is already gone.
The soldiers are already gone. You are 25 years old, and you are standing in the middle of Manchuria with nothing but the clothes on your back and the name they gave you that is not your name. Getting home takes months. You travel with other women. Some of you make it, some do not. When you finally reach your village, you stand at the end of the road where the truck once waited. Your house is still there. Your father opens the door. He looks at you for a long time without speaking. He does not ask where you have been. In Korean culture, silence around this topic is not ignorance, it is shame, and the shame is placed on you, not on the soldiers, not on the empire that took you, on you. You learn quickly that coming home is not the same as being welcomed home. Neighbors look at you differently. Marriage proposals do not come. Your mother holds you at night and does not ask questions, and that is the only kindness the world offers you for a very long time. For decades, you say nothing publicly, because speaking means reliving, because speaking means being disbelieved, because speaking means the shame lands on you again like it has always landed on you. In 1991, a Korean woman named Kim Hak-sun becomes the first comfort woman to speak publicly about what happened to her. She is 67 years old. She has carried this for 50 years in silence. After she speaks, others follow, slowly, painfully, one by one. They stand in front of cameras and governments and denial, and they say what happened to them out loud. It takes extraordinary courage to speak a truth the world has spent decades refusing to hear. The Japanese government has never issued a full formal apology. Many survivors did not live to see any acknowledgement at all. Historians estimate that between 100,000 and 400,000 women were taken. Most were Korean, many were Chinese, Filipino, Dutch, Indonesian. Most never spoke publicly, most carried it alone. Most are gone now. The few survivors still living are in their 90s. They hold weekly protests outside the Japanese embassy in Seoul. They have done this every Wednesday since 1992. Every single Wednesday for over 30 years. Rain, snow, heat, age, they show up. Because silence was already tried, and silence did not work. You were 22 years old when they put you in that truck. You were promised work. You were promised pay. You were promised you would help your family. None of it was true. But this is true. You existed. You endured. You came home. And even when the world told you to be quiet, you eventually chose not to be. That choice, that refusal to disappear, is the only thing history owes you that it has not yet fully paid.